and welcome back to my channel. It appears that we have internet for how long, who knows, because we're still in an outage, but I wanted to take this opportunity. It was like perfect timing for it to come back up because the new trailer just dropped for the new Life and Death pack, and we're gonna take a look at it. Probably just watch the whole trailer first. I know it's 5 minutes, and then kind of share my thoughts afterwards. Maybe do a little freeze framing if I can figure out how to work all of my computer equipment. So very excited though to be back, at least for this long. I do have to work in 2 hours, so I'm going to try to get this done and filmed, edited, and uploaded, hopefully, before I have to go to work. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go. So excited. Woo, okay.
Hundreds of thousands of Sims die on any given day.
Okay.
A common misconception is that I'm the one to blame.
No, it's us.
No.
For
The
sure.
truth is that old age, fire, and anger claim more lives than any other forms of death. I'm
Debatable.
just the Reaper. Mine is a humble profession. Thought it'd start with, well, life.
Department of
I
Death.
have many
Okay.
grim turns who join me in this dutiful career, helping to carry
turns is
souls
good.
to the other side as they advance to Reapers. And we have a very high percentage rate of hitting our weekly quotas.
Thanks to us.
Those who live a life chased by death certainly improve our odds. You all know who you are. But hey, you have to admit these Sims seize every moment.
Still haven't gotten a meteor death. I really want to.
The number of young adults that don't consider what they ultimately want to accomplish with their life is staggering. Taking ownership of your life's
Called out.
journey can have many benefits, after all.
Okay.
Your wants,
tree.
traits, aspirations, these contribute to a life. Take it from me, they're not enough. A bucket list, however, is a scientifically proven method of ensuring
That's pretty
you
neat.
find fulfillment. You can always
Okay.
scrap the list, start over, or do more.
Snap, I guess.
Just
That sounds like me.
start. Better to do today what you could have done tomorrow. You never know when the cold touch of death will find you.
True.
Sorry. In fact, I'd seriously consider getting a will drawn up, if I were you.
Okay.
7 out of 10 souls regret not having one after they've died. Get your affairs in order. It may be your last chance to tell those you leave behind how you truly feel about them. Did you know the earliest grave markers are almost as old as me?
I love the idea of
I am
mausoleums.
fascinated with the many ways you
Oh, you
living
can do
souls
custom
memorialize your dead. If
There's
I had
urns.
lips, I'd be smiling.
Interesting.
Sorry, I've been told I lack a certain connection with mortality. I have an affinity for those whose defining trait is the macabre.
Interesting.
But there
I love
are
that.
also skeptics among you. I get it, I'll do better.
Okay.
TLDR, point is, you died. Now what? At the time of death, most souls think it's game over.
Okay.
No, no, no.
No.
There's a whole state of life waiting beyond the
A
veil.
playable ghost? Okay.
Hey, I get it. It's a lot. I'm a lot. This whole thing, it's a lot. You can choose to move on,
Okay.
but there are also resources to help you cope.
A ghost
And even
anonymous?
if you finished your bucket list, you may find you have new desires as a ghost.
Okay.
And new powers to help you complete your unfinished business. You can use your powers for good, to make life a little easier for others.
They can fix things instead of
Or
breaking them
ride the
out.
line of neutrality and keep
Two
the
ways.
status quo. On the
That's
other
funny.
hand, maybe you want to get a little nasty.
Oh, ruh-roh.
Oh, no judgments here, literally. I have no morality. Ah, wonderful. Dimitri completed his unfinished business.
Okay. Burning soul.
I respect a
That's
soul
interesting.
that finishes what they've started.
Okay.
Now Dimitri's ghostly powers won't get burnt out. And should he choose to be reborn, he'll basically, I don't know, be better than he was the first time around.
Interesting.
Yeah, rebirth.
Rebirth.
It's a real hot button issue back at the office. Simply put, it is possible to bring pieces of yourself into your next life. Things like childhood skills and reward traits.
Nice.
You can start fresh at any age.
That's good.
Even change your appearance. Come back as your own great-grandchild. Or join your rich neighbor's household. I'm not able to do it myself, so I can't endorse it. But a whole new aspect of life is available to those who return to the living.
Interesting.
So don't fear death.
Oh, there it is.
Just embrace what's next.
Okay.
By December 12th, to get the Macabre Mementos digital content. You won't regret it.
You won't regret it. I'm sure we won't. Okay. I think what I would like to do now is just kind of go over what we just saw. Maybe do some like freeze frames. Maybe go through back through some of the video, and just kind of do a step-by-step of what was shown. The first thing I kind of want to talk about is like the what we're seeing of the new world. It looks like it's going to be kind of like Realm of Magic, where you have a gateway that takes you into the spooky part, where you're gonna get to do all of the grim and the spooky things, is what I'm kind of thinking is going on here. But if we just look at these screenshots, I think that it's going to give us like a really spooky kind of new world with a gateway to it. Like I said, like kind of like a la Realm of Magic, where you have Glimmerbrook and it just very is like unassuming, and then you go through the magic portal and that brings you to the other side. In my opinion, that's what's going to happen here. Chased by Death, I think, is obviously pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be like they are more susceptible to passing away, which I think will make for some very interesting gameplay. I will say, and not just to be a hater, this whole like this area that was just up on the screen, or I think it's even back here too. I don't know where it went. Oh no, I'm already failing miserably at doing this type of video. I've never really done this type of video before, so y'all just bear with me. I don't think that this like town square looks that great. I think it leaves a lot to be desired in that small frame that there was just there. Yeah, right here. I just, I'm not crazy about it. I'm not gonna lie. Just personal opinion. We very obviously have a new woohoo that you'll see here, which is the casket woohoo. We always love a new woohoo. And this is where we kind of go into the soul's journey. I think that that's going to be very interesting. Just to kind of see what all is included in that. Because like they said, it could be really like normal, like take a nap, like me. That's definitely part of my soul's journey every day. And I guess it obviously plays into your bucket list. It does. Okay, so you would do these goals and you'll move up the ladder. Quit that job, just nap, I guess, peak as an artist, find the well of longing and regret. And I guess this would be the well of longing and regret. With this obviously being the well of longing and regret, I do think it looks pretty visually stunning. I'm excited about a new well. You really don't really use them that much in my build, so I need to make a note to do that. I really love the idea of a will. I think that it can cause, and clearly you have to go see, I wonder if that's going to be like a new career, almost like a mortician type thing. I'm sure it's in the notes. I haven't really looked at the notes. Again, I've just been concentrated on everything going on in my life. But I think that's going to cause a lot of really fun chaos. You know what I mean? Like them having to read over a will. And then as this shows, you can leave a personal note. What else was on that? Let me just rewind very quickly. Oh god, I missed it. Shocker. Let me just rewind again very quickly and see what the other options were. Boom. Okay. So it looks like you can leave a personal note, heirlooms, simoleons, and Sims remain. So that gives you a nice broad like overview of like what you would leave to who. I'm hoping it's that interactive. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I think it's gonna be really fun element for family gameplay. Should be very dramatic. This is obviously just totally a little bit of Sims humor, which I love and appreciate because it's hilarious. And then we have, after this fun little snippet, we have what seems to be the person reading a eulogy right here that's making people laugh. I love that because I think that is super funny and that's a really nice touch as well. This is one of my favorite parts, I think, is like the customizable gravestones, graveyards. Like display as you can customize the gravestone or the urn. It shows us the gravestone, doesn't show us the urn because of course it's not going to show us everything. However, I think that's going to be really great. And then obviously we're getting to see some new build buy items here. I really love this plant. Actually, I really do like it. It's very almost like Japanese dogwood in a way. I think that's the correct term. And then we have, obviously, we're going to get a bunch of new wreaths, where I'm sure you could put a picture inside, or maybe not. I don't know. We have some new shelving units, but let's see what this plays through towards. Okay, we get even more. So we have picture frames with flowers around it now, which is nice. If you don't use sheets or mods, that's really nice to just have that included. I love this new like multi-picture frame of the different sizes. I think is really cool and something that was kind of missing in the game. You have these, probably nothing new will slot onto it, as is The Sims. Well, that's one thing I really don't like, is I really just, I wish everything had more slots, is what I'm saying. And I know you can create that with mods, but not everybody can use mods or wants to use mods, and that's okay too. That is one little note I want to make really quickly, is how excited I am about the mausoleums and the customizable graveyards. I think is such a nice touch that we've waited so long, and I cannot wait to make cemeteries. Very excited about that possibility. A quick moment of appreciation for the running mascara, because I love it. Another thing I think is going to be really interesting is the macabre trait, because I consider myself macabre. I mean, I love horror movies. I'm attracted to anything that's like dark and depressing. That's just me. Whatever. And I also love, as somebody who used to have my ears stretched, I actually had them sewn up a couple years ago. I love that we're finally getting like see-through tunnels for plugs. I think is really nice. There's not really a good shot of that, but that does make me very happy. Yep. And as you can see, you can also be a skeptic. So maybe you don't believe in all this, and that's fine too. And I think that that's cool to give that range of traits and options. I'll probably play as macabre in my saves, but skeptic, I could see people being into that for sure. And here we obviously have a new death by raven or crow. I don't know which one it is technically. I don't truly know the difference. I looked it up a couple weeks ago, but like I still don't know. And that's on me, but whatever. So she's died by the murder of raven/crow, which a group of crows is called a murder. So you would obviously get this screen where it says your sim, this is the last sim in your household that has died. But what they're bringing in is now they're bringing in a different menu, which is these. Aletta has passed away. I can't read this. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to. I don't think you probably are. I think they blurred it so much for a reason. But you can become a playable ghost or become a free roaming ghost. I don't really know what is going to be entailed in a free roaming ghost, but as a playable ghost, I think that that's pretty self-explanatory. And you obviously, as we see later on in the trailer, there's going to be things that you can do in your ghost life. You can mourn your past life, you can possess, you can move on to the great beyond. So I think that the urn is going to be kind of how some of that is controlled. This sim chooses to move on to the great beyond, so I guess at that point maybe your game would be over, unless, or move on to the great beyond. Okay, I get it now. This is where you have Ghosts Anonymous right here, where, like, you know, maybe it's a support group for those that are dearly departed from our Sims games. And then that's where you pop up with your soul's journey, and it's going to be, I'm assuming, kind of the unfinished business is going to be kind of like the bucket list. And oh god, it's going too fast. I'm not talking fast enough, which is crazy because everybody thinks I talk way too fast. But you have Ghost Mastery. So this is kind of similar to what you can do as a celebrity panel and a vampire. Those are the only two I can think of right now. And obviously you would get certain perks, certain traits that we see some of in the gameplay trailer, although I think that they're clearly saving some for the official gameplay pack release, like the ability to expert maintenance, which I think is a really funny touch, because now these ghosts are going to help us fix items instead of break them, which I think is really funny and a nice little touch as well. So I think it's funny to kind of have, like, you're going to play as a ghost exactly how you would play as a human. So instead of bladder, you have goo waste. Instead of hunger, you have ethereal sustenance, otherworldly slumber, spooky diversions. I can't really read. It's not going to focus better. Ethereal bonding. I think it would say spooky diversions because of it being related to fun, potentially, because that's what that normally is right there. Ethereal bonding and apparition cleansing. which is a hygiene, obviously. So I think that that's going to be pretty funny just looking at those. Transcend living needs. I'm assuming it's like a fill the needs type of thing. This is where you can be a menace. You can unlock a trait to levitate Sims, which I think I would probably use pretty often. I think that the animation looks pretty funny, and if you do enough of these things, you have completed your soul's journey. I don't know what this burning soul thing is. I think that that's going to be interesting, in my opinion, just to see what that ends up meaning. Well, in the very next scene, it shows him going up to an alive sim and just scaring the bejesus out of them. So maybe Burning Soul has something to do with scaring sims, because I know that that is a feature. And then you go to this super beautiful, I just want to talk about how beautiful this lake is for a moment, because it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually going to take a picture of it, because it's absolutely gorgeous. But this is where you would go for rebirth, and I think that that's kind of where the video is going to culminate. So let's go ahead and play through the trailer again and see. So rebirth, of course I can't read all of that. You can rebirth now, or no, do not rebirth now. And this was, I thought was really neat, is that you can rebirth into a family. Yeah, so rebirth, and then you come back as a baby with different traits and all that. Or you can be any level that you want to be, from, like, I'm assuming infant or baby to all the way to, not baby, infant, all the way to elder, which is nice. I think that we all originally thought that you were just going to rebirth as a baby. So that was a nice little touch, that you have the option to rebirth as any like age, I guess you could say. Life stage. I swear, my brain does not connect to my mouth sometimes. So here we go back to Grimm. They didn't really say too much, I feel like, or they kind of barely mentioned the I would say, playing as the Grim Reaper. It does mention it in the beginning, but it doesn't really flesh it out very much, which I'm assuming we'll have to wait for the early access videos, and the full, like, gameplay testing videos from the EA creators and the gurus and all that. So that's probably what we're gonna have to wait for on that. And here's the moment that we've all been excited for, and it's Try for Baby with the Grim Reaper. Y'all, I am so excited for this, to have Grim babies. I'm sure that they will come with special traits, and all that can be tied into the Grim Reaper career. So I think a lot of people are very excited for that. I've been seeing what's going on Twitter without having watched this trailer yet, and it seems as though everybody is pretty excited about it. So there we have it. There's a look at the trailer and everything broken down with my opinions. I would just like to say they are mine. Again, I think that the things I'm most excited for in this pack, which I never wanted a death pack, but, like, now that it's coming out, I think it looks pretty sick. What I'm really excited for is definitely customizing cemeteries, especially with mausoleums. I'm so excited for those. Playing as the Grim Reaper, playing as ghosts, wills. Honestly, I'm kind of excited for the whole pack. So, I think it's going to do pretty well. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. And so, yeah. That said, this is not normally the kind of content that I make. Sometimes I'll do pack overviews once they come out, but I've never, like, done a reaction to a trailer. So let me know what you guys thought. If I did a good job or not, it's fine either way. Again, I've never made this kind of content before. Kind of just threw it together on the fly because I do have to go to work shortly. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope that everybody has a lovely rest of your day. And always remember to be curious and not judgmental. Bye!